Right, good evening. Happy Thursday. Welcome to camp. We are here with more Friday the 13th God Run attempts. I know I'm capable of doing this. I never expect I'm going to get it any night when we start, but you don't know unless you try. Current PB, I believe, is 9 hits. Had a perfect day 1, 4 on day 2, and 5 on day 3, but got to keep practicing those to get better. I think I've got a slightly better way to approach day 3, so we'll test that out tonight. Also got a little hit counter here that hopefully I can use to keep track of everything so I don't keep forgetting how many hits I have. But that'll be something. It's a very new program. I just got it today. It's not automatic, so I moved my keyboard down in front of me here, where Lorelei usually likes to stand, so she might mess everything up. But yeah, let's get it started here. Mark there, Chrissy there. Okay, so we should have a buzz. If we don't have an instant buzzer, then we'll know he's going over by the cave. And he's going over by the cave. Big jump. Let's see, so there was one person top right cabin of the cave, yep. As expected, it's about 17 or 18 seconds after you start when that cabin gets attacked. So we've got George getting hit right off the bat. First of roughly 75-ish encounters that you need to do hitless using only stones. And really, when you break it down like that, it's not as terrible. It's a little nicer then. Big jump. Oh no, I just wasted a day-night cycle. That's not good. Got there a little too early. Dusk and night are a lot more threatening because of the extra zombies. You have a lot more chances to take hits when you've got to deal with extra zombies on the screen. So I'd like to try to, ideally you go as long as you can go a lot longer into the day without it changing to dusk or night. Okay, we didn't have a zombie let us know what was happening there, but it still worked. Hey Robert, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good Thursday. It's a Thursday. That zombie not appearing threw off my brain just a tad, but we're back on track. Right, I don't believe there was anyone in this cabin, so unless someone has moved, we should be fine to just chill here for a little bit. As Jason makes his... He actually does go into the cave, but you can't encounter him in the cave. Probably because of the holes in the floor. Alright, we're still good. You can come up here, Zelda, that's fine. I got some new plastics, like full plastic sleeves for, not like the normal dust covers you get for a NES, but like full clear plastic sleeves for the games that I actually have. And they came, like, each individual sleeve had a little bit of plastic around it. So Zelda's trying to eat that plastic out of my garbage can. Because that's how she rolls. Perfect. I was hoping I'd be able to catch a second one here. It's 5. Got him. Hey Knight, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, I didn't really even, it was whenever I started doing low percent for this game, probably 2, 3, maybe 3 years ago, that I really started to learn how it worked. Like, up until that point, I thought Jason randomly teleported around the map. I didn't realize he had a set route or anything. But there's so much that goes on in this game behind, like, under the hood, that it's very complicated, but it's also not. It's complicated, but it's not. Lorelei, let's not do that. Come here. No, that was almost the reset button again. Come here. I moved that right here so you could sit up there. This is the real hard part about this. Right here, Lorelei. Say hi, sweetie. She's, I've got a keyboard here for the hit tracker right in front of me. And if she starts walking across that like she normally does, she's gonna land right on the hit tracker, or right on the keyboard. And it's a Bluetooth one, so it'll just fall right off. Okay, good. One nice thing about having dusk here is you don't have to worry about trying to make it through the lake during the day. You can very easily get the buddy crow. Nope. There we go. So you have 30 seconds until the kids start dying. When he attacks counselors, you've got till there's 40 seconds left. So basically, those are your time limits every time the buzzer rings. Because in the God Run, as Chrissy's explaining there, that includes kids and inactive counselors as far as damage goes. I'm not going to follow him to the left there. We're going to gotta be cautious. Normally I tend to be a lot more aggressive with Jason fights, and I've got to try to get that out of my system here. Be very, very passive. Okay, so he is not. There's no one in the cabin there. He's going through the forest right now. And that's the forest. And this is the outer loop. Okay, good. I did get here in time. I was a little worried that he'd already be beyond this. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the dusk color palette is so good. Wait. Oh, he still hadn't got to that cabin yet. I caught him on the way out of the forest. I thought I caught him on the way out of the caught him on the way out of this cabin. Like, just like the fact that there was a day and night and stuff in this game, aside from like Simon's Quest, you really didn't see that all that much. And here you've got 3 different times a day, each one getting progressively more difficult. I mean, Jason's getting ready for bed. He's got his trusty toothbrush. Alright, still good. Even though I'm holding the controller weird around the cat, and I've got cat litter all over this. Made it. Those 3 groups of zombies are so difficult. It really doesn't get the credit it deserves. It's so much better than it tends to be considered. Like, it's on so many worst games ever lists. And really, this is, once you figure out how this game works, it's just so good. Uh-oh. Okay, good. And we're being cautious here. It's already night, so I can... Okay, did he get... Is he by this already? Okay, yeah, he was. Yeah, Atlas knocked this out of the park. They did so good with this, especially given the, like, the time restrictions and everything that they had. Got him. Okay, it is night, and we don't go into the forest at night because of these things called wolves. Wolves are bad. Yikes, that was close. Got a nice little jolt of adrenaline on that one. Those double axe throws can be very problematic. Alright, we're just gonna go and wait for him on the other side of the forest here. Now, since we're right here, the wolf won't appear right away. You always get zombies first. So if we can chill here for a little while... Okay, Lorelei, I need you to stop. Okay. I almost got hit right as I unpaused. That would have been unfortunate. I mean, she did cause multiple hits on Tuesday. Oh, crap, there he is. Just like when I was running low percent. Almost tried to do a fifth there. That would have been bad. One. 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's just do the 7th. Right, we are closing in on the end of day 1. If Jason would stop hiding, there we go. That was a really early dodge. Almost took a hit right there. They should never take a hit on a day 1 cabin fight. I would be very disappointed in myself if that happened. Granted, I feel disappointed in myself if I take a hit on any cabin fight, regardless of what day it is. Lorelei, no, don't. She almost walked across the top of the top loader again. And she went in the litter box, used the litter box, came back all full of dust. Wait a minute. Wasn't Jason supposed to be popping up here? I didn't realize you could scroll the screen with the zombies there. Because there should have been 3 zombies on the screen, but there weren't. Uh-oh. Yikes, that was close. Lorelei, please don't... She is nuzzling my hand, trying to knock it off of the controller right now. Okay, no. And she almost took the keyboard for tracking off. Lorelei, sweetie, you are making this incredibly difficult right now. Can you just sit still? You don't need to walk across everything. Jeez, almost took a zombie hit right there. That would have been a really irritating end to the first run. Just taking a hit as I unpause due to... Like right now, I'm trying to hold her in place with my right hand. Because if I let her go... She's gonna start trying to walk across the keyboard again. You make things so difficult. Jeez, my hand is so slippery right now because of all the cat litter dust she just brought over. Right, he'll be going to the cave next. Hey CRPG, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Pretty good so far. Had a couple close calls because of this little one. But almost at the end of day 1, still currently perfect. Glad that zombie didn't start moving in my direction. Alright, now he's gonna be heading over towards the cave. There is a pretty long stretch there, with no small cabins to sneak into. I'm gonna have to be careful of. Alright, we caught up to him. Perfect. Ooh. I gotta be a little more careful there. Because that, like, I'm starting to move right at 7, and we're getting to the point where he's gonna fight to the death. And if I'm standing still at 7, expecting him to run away, or just thinking he's gonna run away, we're gonna take a free hit. Alright, we are officially in the fight to the death portion of day 1. Probably could have done a third one there, but being extra cautious. There, that 5 is a full bar of health. Almost jumped into the axe there. That would have been terrible. There we go. We have a perfect day 1 in the books again. Cat took your chair? I don't... My wife always questions, like, why don't you just move the cat? Or a lot of times George, one of our dogs, will, like... He'll wait for me to get up out of the recliner in the living room, and then he'll go jump and take my seat. And I walk back into the room, and he's so happy and content. And my wife will walk out there, and I'll be sitting on the floor in front of the recliner, and she says, why don't you just move George? I'm not gonna move George. Look how happy he is. Not this George, the dog George. Okay, we have no one else in the cave loop. Got him. Alright, the hardest part about a new day is that recalibrating to the path fight. Just getting used to the new speeds after you've done, especially ending the previous day. On a path fight, you're so used to him moving at slower speeds. So if you can get a couple fights in on the next day, on the a couple path fights in, then you recalibrate to the faster speed. But unfortunately, that happens, and you take a hit on the first path fight of the day. Oh, she's never taken your chair until this week? Maybe that'll be a new thing. Or maybe it's just one of those one-time things. That was dumb. Okay, I deserve that one. Day 2, not starting out well. Day 1 was great. Day 2, not so great. Oh yeah, they do that a lot. Like Lorelei, she used to crawl under the covers on the bed. Now she sleeps on under a blanket under my weight bench. She can never quite decide exactly where she wants to have her little sleepy place be. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Probably shouldn't have done that 5th, but it worked out. Well, I cleared day 1 without damage, so we're gonna play this one through. I think on Tuesday I was always taking really early hits in day 2 also. And I don't really know how to, like, practice that, going from one to the other. Just gonna have to focus a little more on those. And try to remind myself, hey, we've got a new day, different speeds. Okay. Alright, Lorelei just got down. Nope, nope. Okay, that almost messed everything up. That's where I took the hit last time too, is that quick axe throw right to the back. 1, 2, 4. Hey Vegas, welcome in. Thanks for the good luck. Hope you're having a good Thursday. That was almost bad. The timing on that is so tight where he could potentially back up right into you when you jump. I like to be closer to the edge before I do anything like that. That was also 2 hits. I should not have done that second one there. And we missed hitting B. Oh, that was 7. Alright, I don't believe anyone was here, so we're gonna wait right over here. There we go. I was gonna say, when is he popping up? 1. That's 3 hits. 2, 3, 4, 5. That one I just mistimed. Jumped too early. Hey Baseball, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, Lorelei she'll be 20 in July. She's, for as active as she seems, she's actually quite old. The first day, like the day she was born, they was walking in my hand. That's her helping me with the Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, glad to be the first person you've watched live. Welcome in. If you have any questions about like the inner workings of the game, I'm always happy to share what I know. Right now, we unfortunately took 3 hits on day 2 after a perfect day 1. But I'm trying to keep going. Got to get the later day practice because day 1 is not as rough. I think that's 2 runs in a row now, going back to Tuesday, that I had a perfect day run, a perfect day 1. One more ought to do it. There we go. Chrissy takes another hit. I'm probably gonna have to switch to Mark just because I don't want to have her die because she's the goat. What cabin is this? Okay. I have to do a better job remembering what cabin I'm in too. 1. That was close. Jason had a rocket on his back there. 4, 5. Why did I go that way? Ha! I was expecting that, Jason. 2, 4. All right. Oh, a bunch of nightmare tattoos. That's awesome. Nightmare, to me, Nancy Thompson will always be the best final girl. Let me see if I can sneak over and grab it here. One of my favorite things that I own. A Freddy Krueger glove. You can't really see the name that well, but it's signed by Heather Langenkamp. I've got the COA back under there in the bottom. I keep that in a plastic football holder. Hey Fariel, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. This is a low percent, so no items, like stone only, no hits. That's what I'm trying to do at least. So far we've got 3 hits on day 2. But it's like the Friday the 13th God Run. The only person that's done this is D-Tysonator. And I will hopefully be the second before I die. I figure I might as well start being a little more active in trying to get this done before I lose my reaction time. I'm not sure. It's just one of the plastic Freddy gloves. Oh, what do you have in your collection? Yeah, like, I mean, it could be 20 years before I get this. I don't know how long I'll have... No, I'm not sick or anything. No, it just... This could take me, like, decades. Come on, Lorelai. Well, that's our goal, is we're gonna drive the almighty Jason away using nothing but rocks. Yeah, the glove is just, it's like just one of the plastic prop gloves that you get at a Halloween store. So it's nothing super fancy or anything. Could be the first 100-year-old to get it. That would be kind of fun. And assuming I could ever retire. Uh-oh. I don't like dusk. Lorelai, please don't step on the reset button again. Gotta figure out a better way to get day 2 too, because he's definitely moving a lot faster than I'd like to start day 2. Lorelai. Nope, didn't make it in time. Okay, we're gonna pause here. Hey Tim, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Oh, she has ruined, well, Helena's blocking us right now. But Lorelai has ruined so much, like when I was doing low percent, she ruined half a dozen world records. And, like, we used to have an accordion door, because this is, like, my room in the basement. And I used to have an accordion door up here, and I tried closing that, and she'd just get a full running start and plow right through it. It's like we couldn't put up an accordion door, and when she hears me talking, she assumes I'm talking to her. So then she comes up here and... Yep, right, Lorelai. But she's almost 20. Well, if it was Halloween, Helena would be appearing every 30 seconds. Oh, Lorelai! It's not even day 3 yet. She must have been standing on the plus button. She must have hit the multiplication button and then stood on plus to make that go all the way up to 29. Oh, no distraction at all. I'll have to check that out. I love horror collections. The Nightmare Glove is definitely my best piece, but I've got like signed pictures from Amy Steele, PJ Souls, Ellie Cornell, what's her name? Nancy Kyes, I think it's pronounced. Nancy Loomis, she was Annie in the original Halloween. Danielle, I've got a kitchen knife signed by Danielle Harris in a shadow box. I'm a big, Halloween 4 is my favorite horror movie. Uh-oh, too fast. I know a lot of people like it are shocked that it's not 1 or 2. Those are both awesome, but something about 4 just speaks to me. Oh, Friday 1 script signed by Adrian King. That's awesome. Alice was a great final girl. Is it Alice? I having a brain fart? Yeah, Alice, I think Hardy was her last name. I do not have any hair. I do have a, what is it? It's like one of those... I've got one of those promotional pictures of Ellie Cornell. I can't remember what they call them. Because I prefer Rachel in Halloween to Laurie. I know that's sacrilegious to a lot of people. Yeah, I think Nancy will always be my favorite final girl, though. From the first time I saw Nightmare, there's just something special about Nancy. I've heard so much about Phantasm, but I've never actually seen it. I know, like, Tall Man and what's the... Morningside? Is that the name of the funeral home? Yeah, she seems like... Heather seems like she'd just be one of those just really nice. And, like, not one of those people that thinks they're too good for the horror fandom. Alright, we got plenty of time. I mean, I should have known Alice's name off the top of my head. I mean, it's not really as active anymore, but I was, for years, I was part of a group of people on what used to be Twitter called the Halloweenverse. We had parody accounts for Friday the 13th, Halloween. We had, like, pretty much the entire cast of every movie in parody account form. I mean, still, I technically do have a couple of them, I just don't really post on those anymore. Going into the forest, and there are wolves out. We are not going to follow him. We're going to use the zombies as blockers. Alright, so he'll be coming out in this general area. Oh, Nancy from Dream Warriors? Oh boy. This is bad. I want to be back there. Is there anyone in that cabin? I just got chased away by zombies. Lots of time to figure out for this year. I know we have a dog named, we have 2 dogs, Freddy and George. My wife likes to claim it's after Harry Potter, but Freddy was named, well, George she did name after one of the Weasleys in Harry Potter, but Freddy was named after Krueger. As much as she likes to dispute that, he's got the first piece of clothing he got was a Freddy Krueger sweater. And I have a matching one that I put on for Halloween, and we both go as Freddy. Even though his personality is so far away from Krueger. He's like very quiet and timid. Then George is just all over the place. Loves to give very aggressive kisses. He's not like rough. Well, like if you sit in a chair or on the couch, he'll jump up behind you and try to lick the inside of your ear. And then he gets really into that, and he'll sometimes get too aggressive and nibble a little bit. He won't bite hard, but he's only a year old. And Freddy he'll be 4 in November. We have 6 animals in the house. 4 cats and 2 dogs. Lorelai, just wait till after this fight's over, then you can get down, okay? Only 2 more hits. Oh, geez. Okay. We survived. That was tight. Freddy, Pennywise, Chucky, Ghostbusters. Qbert! Oh, a friend of mine was just, he absolutely loves Qbert. Like when, there's a retro gaming store in town that I go to a lot, and he was like, if you ever see a copy of Qbert there, you gotta let me know. And when they had one, I sent him a message, and he was down there within an hour. Cat hair in my mouth now. Oh, there you are. It's like, I know she's around here somewhere. Yeah, I used to have 464 NES carts. It was wonderful. I loved looking at the wall, but then we had car issues. And now I have 6. But that's okay. I'm gonna start buying some of the ones I'd actually play again. But I didn't, like, I was never gonna get a full collection. There's no way I was gonna get things like this, like the stadium events and all that stuff. Oh boy. I didn't take a hit. I don't think I took a hit there. I'm pretty sure I didn't take a hit. Yeah, he would be an expert at those axe throwing things. Like, my wife actually did, for a team outing at her job, they did axe throwing. No hit, good. Thank you, Tim. Oh, that was, like, I don't know how I didn't jump into a zombie there. Yeah, my wife actually even mentioned that this morning. Because it was her car that had issues, but it was really... It's... My car just sits... We take her car everywhere, because I still have a 2001 Taurus. It still runs great, but she's got a much newer car. So we tend... And hers gets a lot better mileage. It has more space to take stuff with the kids. So we just take hers, and she was, like, blaming herself for the fact that it was her car that broke. And, like, how is it your fault? You're not the one that put the hole in the coolant tank, or whatever they called it. Because a bunch of stuff leaked in and got all over the engine, and it was very pricey to fix. And, like, it's nothing you did. It's not your fault that this happened, but she blames herself for a lot of things that it's not her fault. Hey, Chris, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. It's like, eventually, I was gonna get rid of them at some point. I kind of always, well, I would kind of made jokes with the guy that owns the retro shop around here that I sold them to. I'm like, at some point, my wife is gonna, hopefully in a long time, my wife is gonna call you or walk into the store with boxes and boxes of NES games. This is the end of day 2. Got 3 hits, but still better than my previous, well, I mean, there's still a lot of time left in day 2. Hey, Guilty, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, this is, to me, this is my second favorite NES game, after G.I. Joe or Real American Hero. Oh boy. Oh, phew. These zombies are being a big problem here. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time over the last few years trying to learn pretty much everything there is to know about this game. Unfortunately, not there. Well, That was just me making a poorly timed jump. Is this a fight to the death? Okay, I was gonna say it shouldn't be, not yet. Okay, I gotta mark that hit down before I forget. 4 hits on day 2. Which is what I had on my 9-hitter total. It was a 4-hit day 2. But a lot of these things, it's... The difficulty of this is just trying to get everything perfect the whole way. This is such a long run, you can't get hit by a zombie, no kids can die, no counselors. And granted, it's not like there's many people that... I think D-Tysonator and I are the only people who have ever actually actively went for perfect games. And as far as I know, Popcorn Cannon's the only other one that's done a hitless run. So there's not a very large group of people that play this game trying to do it without taking hits. I am trying to get Slackinator to do it. Okay, we can't lose Chrissy even though we've taken 5 already. I don't want to do day 3 with just Mark. Mark has a terrible throwing arm. Chrissy has a good one. We like well, Mark is fine, but we prefer Chrissy. I almost tried to throw another rock at him. That would have been really bad. Okay, Jason, you've got to give me a little more space here. There we go. All right. 5-hitter. Oh, everything you collected to pay for a Disneyland trip, and she didn't. I can see why that's an X. Not asking or telling. That's just nuts. I'm going to Disneyland. For me, I just kind of something pops in my head and I just go with that. Like, I try to make it something that's not, that's like sounds slightly random or at least amusing. Where was he? Okay, so we've got that. We've got both loops covered. Oh, biscuits. This is bad. I don't know if, because he'll show up at 43 seconds and again at 33. So I'm not going to be able to get there before, without taking more hits. Yep, 3 hits right there. Just because I did not start in a good place. I'm gonna have to actually remember that for future runs. Do not end a day by the lake. Like, let him go in and get to the kids. I'm glad that happened now. Yeah, just a little Dungeons and Dragons. Tabletop D&D. Well, at least I'm assuming it's tabletop. Hey, NTM, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, it's like, though, is there someone else that has a... I'm trying to think if one of the other slow counselors has a really good throwing arm, but I don't use them enough on the path to know off the top of my head. Oh, computer role-playing, okay. Actually, with that, if I reset now, I might be able to get... Yeah. After that, I'm gonna remember that for next time. Gotta be very, very careful with ending a day at the lake. That is good to figure out now. Because taking 3 hits on the lake on day 3 without, like, nothing you can control... I mean, I guess I could have waited till 33 and let a kid die for less hits, but... Okay, so we've got the lake-covered instant buzzer there. If it's a Debbie. Otherwise, we've got the lake. No one on B. Oh, one of those nights. I definitely enjoy just going and laying in bed. One of my favorite things. Yep. Just as I thought. Should have time to make it there. Jason has a 50% chance of starting outside of the cave loop. So if you look at the layout of the other counselors, you can kind of get an idea of where he'll be when that first buzzer goes off. It depends. I've been trying to do Friday the 13th on like Tuesdays and or Thursdays if the kids allow it. And then on weekends I'll usually do like a randomizer or something a little longer. But it's, yeah, a lot of it is just, it's dependent on when the kids go to sleep. It's been a lot better lately with my youngest going to bed early enough where I can come down here and get everything started. But it doesn't always work out that way. Like, there's been a lot of nights where I've been planning on doing something and then she just won't go to sleep, or we have a different issue. Mechanical. Okay. Oh, jeez, I read that as wedding fabrication, not welding at first, and I was really confused. It's like, wait, welding fabrication? A wedding? But welding makes a lot more sense. Oh, no, I didn't get here fast enough. Or did I? I just wasted another day-night cycle. Oh, I never knew that term. Good that I don't know much about that, about military terms in the first place, but unless it's something they talked about from like history books in school, and even that I didn't really pay all that much attention in history. Yeah, I love the music. Like this track in particular, one of my favorite on the entire NES. Heck, one of my favorite in any video game. Wait. There we go. So I know you're popping up somewhere, Jason. 1, 2, 3. Probably could have done 4 there. That was close. I don't think there was anyone there, but if someone moved, the buzzer will go off instead of him popping up here. Oh, someone did move. It was George. Hugo Weaving, I think that was his name, also great in V for Vendetta. Yeah, like, for this track, to me, it's like, it manages to be both creepy, but also somehow soothing at the same time. And I don't know of many tracks that can have both of those attributes. There we go. Hey Otter, welcome in. Hey Ryu, also welcome in. Hope you're both having a good Thursday. Haven't seen Red Skull. It's like, it's such a difference from like this, the just normal path music here too. Like this is more upbeat and like bouncy. 3. And then the fight music, it's repetitive. I almost jumped right on top of that axe. would have been horrible. That was him in the first Captain America movie? I had no idea he was in that. Geez, there's so many things he was in that I just had no idea about. Like, I think he was in Lord of the Rings or something, wasn't he? DOA by Bloodrock. Make a quick note of that here. DOA by Bloodrock. One nice thing about having the keyboard right here to keep track of hits is I can very easily type something into the notepad. Elf King, that was it. Agent Smith was probably one of the most popular Halloween costumes for like a 5-year stretch. The Matrix was so big back in those days. Whoops. I like to try to stay in the middle. Just personal preference. 5, 6, 7. Got him. Hugo he did a lot more than I thought of. Uh-oh. Don't like dusk. I had a feeling he was gonna pop up there and I didn't have a zombie to let me know. Alright, there we go. 1. It's those second... Uh-oh. Why did I stop and throw that one at him there? After airmailing one to the other side. Alright, we're in. Made it. The kids did have it coming. Oh, wow. Banned by that? Jeez. Oh, thank you, Otter. I appreciate that. God, when V for Vendetta first came out on DVD, I think I watched that movie like at least once a day for, I want to say it was 24 days in a row. I should watch that again. I haven't seen it in years. Where are you, Jason? Did I not do the right... Okay, never mind. I thought Zelda was about to throw up. But she must have just been eating out of her food dish and she was still chewing a little bit. Okay, we're good. I was still worried she was gonna, like, she was doing one of those... Hey, Ninja Guy, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Well, this was... God. When was that movie out? I think it probably would have been in college at the time. Would have been... Yeah, it would have been, because that was when my parents had their old house. So it would have been either... college? No, I don't think I was in I think that was after high school. This way. Oh, just the screen stopping and the zombies moving at the worst possible time. I've got hit there jumping into zombies as the screen stops scrolling. That's always a little bit amusing. Okay. I was expecting that I'd have to wait for the other crow to pop up, but that's fine. Usually it starts right away on the right. Oh, I didn't know there was an illustrated novel for V for Vendetta. Is that like more like a comic book kind of thing? Like, I know, like, after Buffy the Vampire Slayer ended, there was a bunch of stuff they did on comics after that. Oh yeah, you can, basically you choose which direction you want the crow to come from. Usually I'm starting from that end of the lake, so I always go to the left. But you can do it in reverse and go from the right side to the left if you want to. It just, whichever side, the game wants to spawn the crow in front of you. So if you're scrolling the screen to one direction, it'll put the crow there. So that's kind of how you manipulate it to let the crow block you and keep zombies and Jason from popping up. Let's see, he's going through the forest now. Big jump. That's the forest. Don't like crows. The crows can be a big problem in this too if... Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Reset those zombie spawns. Because the crow can come in high or low, and if it comes in high, they're a lot harder to get around. Yeah, I love the fact that there's... That's one of the things that I like most about these stone-only runs, is you don't have to worry about running into a knife when you've got the torch or the pitchfork. That's always so sad. Okay. Yeah, Sheverstein, if I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome in, hope you're having a good Thursday. For me, this is just, this is my second favorite NES game. It's, I absolutely fell in love with this game from the first time I rented it when I was 7. And it's what made me, like, start speedrunning and everything. And I kind of stopped speedrunning after Jaws, but I learned how to do low percent. I'm the current low percent record holder in this game, and with that, it's basically fighting Jason without getting hit using only stones, and that kind of made things snowball. Like Bedwa, one of my mods on Twitch, had mentioned the immortal glitch, where it was previously thought that if you left the screen as Jason was dying, you'd revive him with full health, and his health bar doesn't drop. So people assumed that was soft locking, but he said he thought he heard that he just revives with 256 bars. And I'm the only person that was crazy enough to do that. So like I was the first person to complete the Immortal run, and that's kind of where all the challenges came from. I love Jason X. I know it's not like the greatest, it's not like considered a great Friday the 13th movie, but the cast was good, the characters were good, the kills were outstanding. It did horror in it did comedy in a horror movie the right way. It's like, that's one of the movies that if it's on TV, I will definitely sit down and watch it, even though I'm more likely to just pop into the DVD for it. That was 7. Let's try right here. That's much better. 1, 2. Gotta be a little closer to the middle of the screen, I think. 5. There we go. Why did only one zombie show up there? Yep, I think her name was Adrian. That was a great kill. Janessa, when she gets sucked through the grate at the end, another awesome kill. Hey, Honor, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, I wish Kane Hodder would have done Freddy vs. I mean, Ken Kersinger did fine. He was good, but I wanted to see Kane Hodder and Robert Englund. It's like Jason, it was more like Jason Takes, was it Montreal? Like most of that movie was filmed in Canada. The sleeping bag, yeah, the VR girls. That scene was hilarious. I wish Kane would have had, like, I would have loved to see Kane in, like, the 2, 3, 4. Like, those earlier Friday movies. Because at least to me, I think I like the earlier movies a lot more than the later ones. There we go. What's the name? Sunneron, I think his name was. It's just all those characters in Jason X were so good. Hey, Quick, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. If you have any questions on how the game works, definitely feel free to ask. I'm always happy to explain how things work on this. And if you're looking to beat it, I've got a series of guides on YouTube that go very much into detail about the inner workings of the game. Like I've got one that explains Jason's route, one that explains how, like, exactly how Pamela works, like when she'll dive, when she has a delay, how to block Jason from showing up on the lake, and then like how to fight him without taking damage, which is what I'm trying to do now, hopefully. No death, no damage, no kids dying, and only rocks. Jason Lives. Which one is it? Is that... No, that's not 5, is it? That's 6. 6, yeah, it was, the first guy looked he was a little too big in the costume. And then they brought in, was it CJ Graham, I think his name was? Hey, Luck, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, Kane was, there were so many little details he did. Like in Crystal Lake Memories, he explained so much about like what his process was and the different things that he would do. I know Freddy vs. Jason, there's a lot of people I know that just, they didn't like it. And to me, Freddy vs. Jason was everything I wanted out of Freddy vs. Jason. Well, aside from not having Kane Hodder as Jason. That would have been the part I would have changed. Well, I'm not exactly sure where you live, but I'm guessing if you said drive to Jersey, that's probably a pretty good hike to get there. Come on, Jason. I don't want to let the wolves appear. They're scary. And I don't want him to appear without the zombies to let me know he's here either. 1. That was close. We're gonna reset there. 2, 3. One. I'm gonna actually have to, when we'll get into a cabin fight up here, and I'm gonna have to figure out if I want to let Jason run through, because I don't want to make the same mistake from the last run, where he's on the lake right when the day starts and I have no way to get there safely. Oh, we got plenty of time. Oh, okay, New York. Yeah, that's a pretty good hike then. Oh, not a problem at all. I don't do a lot of, like, usually if I'm watching a live stream, I'm on Twitch, so I'm not as familiar with how the stuff on YouTube works. Just because the people I watch are, like, I'm a big. I watch Slackinator a lot, and I mean, he does go on YouTube. He multi-streams on YouTube also, but most of like a lot of the stuff that he has for his overlay is only accessible from Twitch. That was almost a bad zombie pattern. One. Yeah, usually like a group of us will hang out in his replay channel overnight just so he'll get the extra ad revenue, but the replay channel was not up this afternoon. So it's weird, like usually I have Twitch up and just playing on my desktop all day just for the replay channel. And then it wasn't there and I was very confused. So like here we're using this is called, I call this the buddy crow. At night, the crow will spawn after 2 zombies, so you let the 2 zombies spawn, scroll the screen a little bit, and then the crow will block other zombies and Jason. Jason will show up at 43 or 33 seconds if he's not blocked by a crow or another zombie. Yeah, Jason being... I think Kane even mentioned that he would have not had Jason be afraid of water, because that just... didn't make, like, look at Jason Takes Manhattan. He's comes out of the water. So why is he suddenly afraid of water? Buzzards? Oh, I should check that. I've never actually looked at their name. Not that I keep my Friday manual right here or anything. This is the part that always bugged me about that. It says the sweater. I don't know if it'll... It says, sweater, this used to belong to Jason's mother. Wear it and he will not harm you. That is a lie. You take half damage rounded down. Yeah, I don't know if, like, if YouTube, if you have to pull up their actual user, like, the actual username, because sometimes the username is different than the display name. So I don't know which one you're supposed to try to type in. Yeah, I think, like, I like how they kind of set it up where, like, if you're a Freddy fan, if you're a Jason fan, either way, you've got an argument on that. And I would have loved to see a Freddy versus Jason 2. It's like, to me, they're both, well, they're obviously both still going at the end. Let's see, he's by the cave next. Okay, I need to get out of day 1 here. Oh, you got Isla from Chrono Trigger. There is I don't know if YouTube seems to have changed a few things. Like, I used to have it set where if you did exclamation mark avatars, it would give you the full list of people you could switch to. But then someone tried that, I think, last week, and it said there were too many to list. So I'm not exactly sure how that necessarily works out. It could have been a game fact. There is a really good guide on game facts. Let's see. Oh, you have Yang from Final Fantasy IV. Yeah, it'll pick a random, like, all the Friday the 13th counselors are in there, so, like, if you do, like, Avatar Chrissy, well, exclamation mark Avatar Chrissy, exclamation mark Avatar Debbie, it'll switch you to one of them. The other ones, their names are a little bit more, like, the Final Fantasy IV characters, their names are really weird. It's like FF4 underscore something, and it's very difficult to remember. There we go. Oh, if they would have had Pinhead in there too, that would have been great. I know Jason's going over by the cave. Hopefully, I should have checked while I was in that cabin to see if he actually had someone to attack there. So I don't want to risk taking a zombie hit, so we're going nice and slow here. Alright, now we gotta move. That's the one nice thing about day 2 and 3. Is the zombies move a lot quicker, so you can do that and have a lot more time. Oh geez, we're running a zombie hit, and it's because I accidentally threw that rock. If I would have hit A instead of B and jumped, would have been no hit. Oh, I think that's Marley? Oh, the Camp Crystal Lake sign? I got that at, I don't know if it's a nationwide chain, but it's, Halloween Express. It's just like a Halloween, one of those Halloweens, no, maybe it was Spirit. It's one of the Halloween stores that pops up every Halloween. It's a nice heavy-duty wooden sign, too. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I need to get this immediately. Oh yeah, there was it Dominic Necros, I think was the guy's name? I'm trying to remember what they said in Crystal Lake Memories. It's like, why would people watch a Freddy and Jason movie and have a third of it be about this random guy no one's ever heard of before? So that was definitely a good decision. Oh, you can get that on SD2, if I'm pronouncing that right. Talon was great. He was my favorite character in 4. Oh, he's trying to make sure you get, what was it, 65,000 gold before his chapter ends? SD. I should know that. My wife orders stuff off of there all the time. At least there'll be a lot less pressure on day 2 now because I hit B and threw a rock instead of jumping over a zombie. Can also still very much PB on this. Let's try standing a little more towards the middle. If that ends up being the only hit I take in this run, I'm gonna be so... Oh, fight to the death. That was close. I'm gonna be really sad if it... No, but I know that's not gonna be the only hit. There'll be more. There'll be a lot more. But I'm just trying to imagine having the only hit being because I accidentally bumped B and threw a rock instead of jumping. Oh, don't get me started on Halloween Kill or Halloween Ends. Actually, you can. If people want to hear me rant about how much I hate that movie. Like the guys in the Halloween verse, and when we did our Halloween stories, we were constantly ragging on Corey. Like, yep, I thought 2018, like, it wasn't great, but I think the ending of 2018 would have been perfect for the ending of the entire trilogy. But then they ruined it with kills and ends. Like, to me at least, this is just my personal opinion, ends should have been about Laurie passing the torch to Allison. And Allison should have been the big hero in ends. Instead, she was just basically her entire purpose, instead of having this big torch passing moment, was to be Corey's girlfriend. Yeah, I think the directors had said about Jason Takes Manhattan, they were hoping people wouldn't pay attention to that part. That, where did Crystal Lake connect there? But they did, because the movie was not that great. At least I wasn't a big fan of Jason Takes Manhattan. Alright, good. He is where I thought he was going to be. Oh, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Otter. Much appreciated. Enjoy the Crispin Glover dance. Let's actually move this down a little bit. Hide the hit counter, stay on top. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6, well, especially 5 was like a whole, it wasn't even Jason. But I thought Tom Morga did a pretty good job. Oh, you've met Crispin Glover? How is he in person? Yeah, if Corey would have been someone they had mentioned in 2018, or he had been in 2018 in Kills, then it would have made a lot more sense. But here you've got this big closing moment to the trilogy. Like this moment where they're finally officially killing off Michael Myers, and most of the movie is about this random kid that had never been mentioned before. And I still think it should have been Allison's movie. Tommy Tallarico, I'm not familiar with that name. Assuming I'm even pronouncing it close, I could be way off on that. That's good that he's nice. I know with there's a lot of actors like that where people end up coming away disappointed. Alright, can I get out of the first Pathfinder 2 and back into the proper routine here? So the first couple path fights are the worst on a new day, trying to recalibrate yourself. Oh geez, he's running away. Got him. I'm not familiar with those. Just some lazy writing. Oh, okay, he's a composer. A friend of mine had Earthworm Jim growing up, but I never actually played that. I mean, I've got an FX pack. I could bust that out one of these days. Because I've heard a lot of good things about Earthworm Jim. I think there was another game that the same friend played a lot of something. Was there a Booger Man on Super Nintendo? Or was that like a character in Earthworm Jim? Okay, didn't get the axe throw to the back there with no time to react. That's nice. 4, 5. I was off on my count. That hit was my fault. I thought I was at 7. I was only at 6. Apparently I'm gonna get sloppy on this because we already took a hit. Or I did, but yeah. Almost did it again. There we go. So let's mark that hit down before I forget here. Plus, there we go. See, that's what I'm trying to do, is get 2 quick hits in and have him back off. But I haven't figured out... If I can figure that part out, path fights are going to basically be free. Which is one of the reasons I'm hoping Slack picks this up, because he's got that... He's so good at routing and picking up those little nuances. Where I feel like he could get that in, like, a couple days. Toe Jam and Earl, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, I like to, I mean, I will occasionally play modern games, but to me it's still all about Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I actually do have a Sega Genesis also, but I don't really use that as much. I was a Nintendo kid. One, two. Like, I still can't believe my mom let me rent this when I was 7. I don't really even know what made me want to pick this game off the shelf. It's not like the box was really that exciting or anything. It was just kind of there. And I didn't know Friday the 13th was movies or anything like that either. She knew they were movies, but she had no problem with me renting it, and that was kind of like, looking back, that was like, I ended up watching the movies because of this game, and this is going to be a problem. Got till 43 seconds to get there. One more zombie should pop up, and now there's a delay between the second and third, so yep, got enough time. Made it. Yep, I am almost 42. Which is one of the reasons why I'm starting to, like, I was considering just like, well, I don't know when I thought I was actually going to start actively trying to do this, but then I realized, you know, my reaction time is probably going to start slowing down. And even if it's even a little bit, especially on the day 3 fights, that was a mispress. Like the day 3 type fights, you've got such a tight window to do everything. And when he gets into his rage patterns, you've got to be really quick on reacting. And I was like, if I don't start doing this now, the odds of me never getting this run completed go up so much higher. Oh, we're in the lake. It's like, where am I? Made it. Wait, how many hits did I take in that fight? Did I take 2 hits there? I just got hit by a zombie leaving the lake, but Chrissy's health seems awfully low. Hey, how do you play? Welcome in. Thanks for the good luck. Hope your Thursday's going well. Hope you've been well also. Yep, I was born in '83. I'm 42, and I've been told I live, well, almost 42. I've been told I live like I'm a grandpa. Her health seems so low for only taking 2 hits. 2 Jason hits plus a zombie. I don't think he hit me twice in that path fight. I mean, that cabin fight. Ooh, I like that, switching to Celsius. I know my wife turns 40 next year, and she's very upset about that. I'll have to remember that one. Just tell her to convert her age to Celsius. Even though I keep telling her, it's like every year I just say she's 29 because she likes that. So we're all in the same kind of little window. The retro crowd. Ooh, it's day. No, it's not. It's dusk. Beans. If it was still day, I was gonna follow him into the South Forest. I should not have done that. That was a waste. I'll be 42, actually, about a month from now. Okay, you were not... There was supposed to be a zombie helping me there. See, even though I know Jason's route really well, I still, one of the things I love about this game is you still get the occasional jump scare like that. Like, I don't know how visible it was on the camera, but I feel like I jumped a little bit on that one. And I love the fact that this game can still do that, even after all of the playthroughs I've done of this, and how much memorization I've done on his route. Yeah, like, to me, birthdays are just, it's like, I've never really, I haven't tried really celebrating my birthday since I turned 12. Like, I'm one of those people that, like, I don't want to be the center of attention at a party. I want to be able to sit in the background. That was why it was one of the best things about having kids was that gave me an excuse to not socialize at parties. I could just hang out with the kids the whole time. That was horrible. This is not looking like it's going to be a PB on hits. Come on, where's my cabin? I haven't been to any of the conventions like that. I do want to try to get to Midwest Gaming one of these years, because that's about 2 hours from here. And like one of my Twitch mods, Chaser, I've actually met him quite a few times. He goes to that. And I think Slack is hoping to go to Midwest Gaming this year, too. Actually, if I can get my brother has an old CRT, and if it still works, Chaser was gonna pick that up and bring it down there so Slack could use the CRT for his booth at Midwest Gaming. Yeah, like when the family members or friends find out that I do this, like I stream on Twitch and YouTube, they're in absolute shock because it's not something that people that know me would expect me to do, because I'm very much not wanting to talk. And like if there's like a big crowd, like the reason I don't go to conventions or anything like that is because I get really, like, I won't go to sporting events really either, because I get really, really nervous if there's a big crowd. Like, to the point where I'll start getting physically sick. So I just avoid that stuff. Like, when I go grocery shopping or something, I go really early in the morning or really late at night before the stores get busy, just so I don't have to be around as many people. Oh, not a problem. Thanks for hanging out, CRPG. Hope you have a good stream. Oh, twin brother? Did people get you confused? Or is it non-identical? Hosting panels would be, if you're like the kind of person that doesn't get nervous by that, that seems like that would be a lot of fun. Like trying to keep things on the rails and come up with good questions. How did... Uh-oh. Oh, good. I was actually planning on going into that path, but we'll take an extra path fight here. 3, 4... 5, 6. Probably shouldn't have done that last one. My counts are so far off today. Like, I'm lucky I had enough space there, because I almost got plowed into. Oh, no missing throws. I'm actually gonna make a note of that one. I like that. I have that has not been suggested, and I have never thought of that before. No missing, so that would also cabin fights would be, especially day 3 cabin fights would be absolutely brutal on that. And I guess if I was willing to take hits, the long dodge makes it a lot easier to hit him. But with the double dodge, you miss a lot. Oh yeah, if people have challenge ideas, as long as it's something that's doable, I'll add them to the list. Like next week I might actually try that because it's a challenge I haven't done yet. Oh, how could you, well I guess we never had issues with our 3DS, but I could see them, why is the hit, oh, I moved the hit counter too low. Let's do that. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I feel like with Pamela, you can only throw when she's at the very top, or I guess if she's backing up, because your torch or whatever weapon you're throwing will stop at the level she's at when you're throwing it. So a lot of times you'll throw it, think you hit her, and then it just flies into the wall and does nothing. And after a lot of tinkering when I was working on my Pamela guide, I figured out that's kind of how it works. So yeah, I'd probably avoid Pamela anyway there. But I really like the idea of trying to not miss a throw. That's something like on the surface, it doesn't seem like it's that difficult, but in practice, I think that could be really, like, with the torch, sometimes even if you're trying to stand there and mash in Jason's face, he'll back up too far, and the torch will hit the ground, so you'll have to kind of make sure you're right up on him every time you're throwing a torch. I really like that. Thank you for that suggestion. I'm already, instead of, doing this, I'm already trying to, route this in my head already. How do you play band? How do you play as one of the, he's a Friday the 13th speedrunner also. So, knows the evil that is Laura. See, even Sonic and Dr. Robotnik can team up. Oh, the pitchfork would be really good for that, but the only problem is having to do Pamela on day 3 to get it. I mean, it'd almost actually be easier to use, to use the axe. Well, actually, the axe, I think that throws really slow. You need something that moves, I mean, I could cheese it by killing everyone but 2 counselors and just using a knife. And just getting it. Well, I've done that before, though. I've done the no cabin run by forcing fights to the death and just doing path fights with the knife. But that's one, that's one I'd like to try to keep everybody alive for. Do that no death. Heck, maybe even well, no, I wouldn't try to do that in perfect game form also. Immortal could be, well, that would, well, actually, if I do fights to the death, I can do an immortal run in well, my best time is, I think, 39:31 on that. Let's see, what other misadventures do we have here? This one is my personal favorite, probably the most intricate thing I've ever animated because of all the flying body parts. Well, actually, no, that would be the overlay. The overlay is a lot more complicated than Tails chopping Laura up into little pieces. No, Laura's got the worst throw. That's the reason we call her Noodles. Her throwing arm is so bad. Like, her and Mark have the same throwing arm, where it's slow and low and slow. Well, more of an arc and slow. Chrissy's got the great throwing arm. Like, that's actually the whole reason that the Laura meme started. Is because when you get her in the if you run into her instead of Paul in any percent, you lose like 4 or 5 seconds because her throwing arm is just so bad. But she does run fast. She's got a terrible jump though. That's why you gotta use Mark and Chrissy for hitless path fights. Well, technically, it is possible to do a hitless path fight with the slower counselors. And probably Laura too, but it involves being very lucky with how Jason appears, and if he backs off enough, you can kind of jump, like he'll back away, you hit him a bunch of times and jump back, and then he follows you and hopefully he backs up again. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no, Laura's got the that's Chrissy that's got the really good throwing arm. Oh god, if this was an Immortal Stone only no hit, that's just wrong. That would take so long. Yeah, like you'll get the torch with Laura and she'll well, I don't know how well this emote will show up. Where is it? Why can I not do that? Let's try it up here. This is basically my thoughts on Laura's throwing arm. It doesn't show up very clearly, but... I didn't fight him in here yet. That's why that scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh, I didn't even notice the fact that his name is sitting there on the bottom of the screen. It's like, oh yeah, this fight's done, we're gonna leave now. And it must have been 43 seconds on the dot. I have not heard a lot of good things about him. I want to be careful about saying more because I don't want to get sued. I really need to go back to making the Misadventures of Laura. Those were fun. It's been like 2 years. He was just in the forest. He's going to the cave now. Actually, yep, cave. We're good. Okay, we're getting close to the end of day 2 here. There's the tracker. I didn't even know he... I guess it shouldn't surprise me that he has kids. Like, I've never heard anything about his kids before, so it never really occurred to me that... I'm pretty sure he's married, if I remember hearing about his wife once. Still not quite a fight to the death. Oh, I didn't even know he had a restaurant. Is it like arcade themed? Because an arcade themed restaurant would be pretty cool. Okay, that was lucky. I feel like the odds of him backing up and me jumping right into him there were probably pretty high. Oh, you gotta throw the rock at Jason. Throwing it into the abyss there is not gonna help. That was a missed throw, Mark. Already ruined that challenge. We're not supposed to be missing throws, Mark. Okay, that was 2. 4. 5, 6. Okay, good. I want to be on the right side of the screen here, because that's the direction he goes in. Should be getting closer to a fight to the death now. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're on fight to the death. All things considered, with how badly things were going for a while, actually, I don't think, no, well, yeah, looking at Mark's full health, I didn't get hit since I switched to Mark. So we're still at a 5-hitter, still in PB range. I should have been counting hits, but I never count hits in fights to the death. You can actually do 3-hit passes too. But I figure when I'm trying to avoid hits, it's better to do 2 and be safe, especially with Mark's slow throwing arm. 1, 2... I almost did a 3rd there just because now I'm... Gotta stop doing that. This is not the run to be aggressive on. Okay, Jason, you can die anytime now. There we go. I'm not sure which movie they got the mask from here. Yeah, usually if I'm gonna use the hit tracker, I'll do it between fights or something. Well, Jason does have a day 1 rage, it's just really, really slow. Like, when he doesn't back off and he keeps running at you, at least that's what I call it. I don't know if there's a technical term. To me, I just refer to it as rage. Oh, the 4th movie, yeah. He got the hockey mask from Shelly in part 3. I actually do have a power glove, but I don't think it works. One thing Chaser wanted me to do was Friday the 13th with this, The Advantage. Actually, is my power glove in here? It is. Oh geez, that's gonna take a bunch of stuff out. But here's the power glove. It's so bad. I keep a bunch of like extra controllers and stuff and a little, it's like this is probably originally a side table for a bedroom, but I keep like other controllers and stuff in here. Like in case one controller starts having problems, I can switch to a different one. And I've got one of my old Rubik's Cubes. That was used so much the stickers came off and I had to put tape up. Put white tape instead of the white stickers. Hey Zelda. Alright, day 3, it's party time. Going by the cave. Got Mark there, Paul there. Alright, that's not terrible, assuming Chrissy can get by the cave. That's actually not great. I don't think she can make it there in time. So I'm gonna have to use one of the swaps here to get rid of Jason. Now, for anyone that has issues with Jason moving fast on day 3, he actually does the same pattern over and over again. You'll see him kind of do like a P laying on its side or like a D or something like that. And if you do one dodge as he's leaving the corner, and then just every time he leaves the corner you do one dodge and then another one right away, both of his hits will miss you. I didn't do a dodge there though. And then you can hit him as he backs up. That was one hit on day 3, not a good start. There's also the long dodge where you, right there, like right as he stops in front of you, you do a dodge, and that window is really, really tight. But if you do it successfully, both of his punches will miss you, and you've got a lot of time to hit him back. But for the sake of this type of run, I should not be doing a long dodge. That's just asking for trouble. But I mean, I already took one hit there. Oh, what? Where was Paul? Paul was in the cabin outside of the cave in the outer loop, wasn't he? I must be on like the very edge, because the cave is there in the background. I must be on the very edge of the zone where Jason pops in. I am so confused right now. I always thought that the path had to be on the screen. It was, wow. Okay, I learned something new tonight, and I took 2 more hits with Chrissy to learn that. But the first path fights of a new day are always the hardest to do damageless. Because you're so used to the other speeds and you gotta recalibrate. Alright, he's still here. Mark down those 2 more hits. But when I first beat this game, I first played it when I was 7. I was probably like 8 or 9. Like, that was back before the internet, and I thought Jason teleported everywhere. I thought you had to light every single fireplace to get the torch. So it would take me forever to get that. I still remember one of my crowning moments as a kid was beating this game with no counselor deaths and no kids dying. I don't know how I did that. Well, I do. I used to keep, I think that was actually in the manual. One of the hints they mentioned was keeping the slow counselors around the lake and send the fast ones out to get better weapons. So I'd keep the slower counselors on the lake right next to the kids, so if Jason attacked right away, I'd just switch and go in. And then, I wasn't really trying to dodge him on path fights. I was just get the torch and hit buttons as quick as you can. I think, where did Lorelei go? She might, I think I see a lump under the bed there. She might have went to sleep. Which makes the runs a lot easier. I mean, I've still got cat litter dust all over my hands, but... that's fine. Two more. You can also do a stupid thing and hit him right there before he attacks you, because that's a tight window. It definitely does feel like something LJN. I don't know what necessarily their style would be, but it feels like an LJN game. If that makes any sense at all. Oh wait, that's the wrong cabin. Yeah, he left. I tend to, well, I shouldn't say I tend to like most LJN games. I like this Nightmare and Jaws. Oh, okay. All I remember about the AVGN episode was the hilarious part where he's trying to put the game down and Jason makes him put it back in. No, but the lighting all the fireplaces will give you the flashlight, but I believe the torch note, the note saying that you can find a torch in the cabin by the lake will spawn after you light 4 fireplaces. And I think it is in... I'm in a large cabin right now. I believe it's that note spawns in the large cabin and the outer loop on the far right. Like in the right on the middle. And then the torch will spawn in the torch cabin by the top left of the lake. Yeah, I always thought that. I was like, what's the point of lighting... like, you light all the fireplaces, you get the torch and the flashlight. But then I want to say it was 4. I rarely get the torch the long way. That's another missed dodge. I'm gonna have to really start pressing down on this a lot harder. I don't want to get out a different controller, because I don't think that was the controller's fault. And I shouldn't be getting hit in cabin fights. Cabin fights should be easy. I spent so much time doing these that... And there's really, like, there's no variance to this. Hey Brock, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Oh, I've watched the LJN, or was it? Yeah, I think it was LJN Defender. Yeah, like there was a lot of, like there's a lot of NES games that, like, once you figure out how this one works, it's not like really all that bad. And then, but then there's games like Battletoads where it's generally considered to be one of the most difficult games ever. But I am a very firm believer that Battletoads is not a difficult game. It was just poorly designed. Like, if they let you continue at the same level you died in, then it's not that bad. It's a lot easier to memorize, but the real difficulty with Battletoads is getting 14 levels in, getting game over, and then having to play through 14 levels again to try to memorize the part that you died on, because so much of the game is memorization. Like, Bucky O'Hare was a truly difficult game. And that, when you die, you pick up right where you left off. So you could keep working on getting through those parts that you were dying at. You didn't have to just go through, spend another 20 minutes getting back to where you were to memorize again. To me, that's not real difficulty, that's just poor design. It's effective, it's like it's made so you can't beat the game in a rental in one weekend. We're gonna have to swap off a Chrissy. Well, I actually have all the parts for it. I tried repairing one of my childhood controllers that had a really sticky A button, and in the process I completely broke the D-pad. But there is a store about a half hour from here, I think, that if I take my stuff to him, he'll fix everything. But I mean, I've got three dog bones, I've got maybe a dozen bricks. I prefer the feel of the dog bone controller to the brick. So anytime I'd go out and I'd see a dog bone controller at one of the stores, I'd buy it right away. Yeah, it's like, especially when they're designing games like that, it's like, how do you determine how you want to make it? Because I'm guessing, like, they were really pushed to make games difficult because they wanted people to have to rent them multiple times, and... Like, I mean, Ninja Gaiden even, I think it was Ninja Gaiden 2, had hard to beat right there on the cover. And I was so excited when I saw that, and beating Ninja Gaiden 2 without a Game Genie as a kid was another big highlight of mine. I mean, granted, I did have to utilize the mechanic where if you beat one part of the demon and die, when you get back to it, that that part of the demon remains dead. So I was like game overing and then playing through all of level 7 again and coming back to redo that one part of the demon again. And then there was Batman. I could never beat the washing machine boss in stage 4. And it's like I watch people speedrun and they basically do that just with punches, and I feel wildly inadequate. I mean, like, this game, if you get the right seed, you can beat this game in under 3 minutes. This is a very short game, but if you're not doing the speedrun and you don't know that route, trying to figure out what you're supposed to do, that's like a weekend-long ordeal right there. Because, like, you can look at the manual all you want, but the manual lies. The game lies to you. The lighter lights the fireplaces, not the torch. I forgot to try to find Mark. Yeah, I was my older sister played Bubble Bobble, which that was one of the games I kept. Wait, where is that? Is that it? Yes, my sister spent an entire summer with one of her friends playing through Bubble Bobble, one level at a time, and writing down the passwords. And then she made Bub and Bob's password pages. This is how we kept track of things before the internet. So that has the password to every single level to Bubble Bobble. Her and a friend spent an entire summer doing that. And I found it at my parents' house, and I put that in a picture frame. So, like, Bubble Bobble was a big game in our family. I loved Harvest Moon. That guy, I still like farming sims. I'm hoping they do another Story of Seasons game soon. I'd love it if they remade Trio of Towns. I mean, Trio of Towns would be good, but A Tale of Two Towns was another one I'd like to see again. Chrissy's gonna die. Is that a small... That's a large cabin. Yeah, I can't wait here. I'm just gonna have to be good. And then we're gonna have to find Mark right away after this, assuming Chrissy doesn't die in this battle. Yeah, I agree. How do you play? I think the big thing with Battletoads was just that it was always considered so difficult, but the difficulty wasn't in the gameplay. It was pretty much all memorization. Whereas you got a game like Bucky O'Hare, and Bucky was just that was straight up difficult. But it was just so they let you start off right where you died, and it made it a lot easier to try to figure out how to beat that part. And yeah, you got punished for dying by losing your, like, energy power stuff. But you could still get through things after that. And then get your skull bashed in by a giant rock. Oh, I never thought of them having booths like that. Oh, is it kind of like a punch card that you get at like like what they used to do at like Subway or something? Like where if you do something, they'll put a stamp on it? That's not good. I have till 40 seconds to get to that cabin before that counselor takes passive damage. Oh, and it's Mark. That was beautiful. Oh, just an ink stamp? Okay. It's Mark. That is beautiful. That's who I was looking for. I mean, yeah, this run is highly dead. But we don't want Chrissy to die, too. Because Chrissy's the GOAT. Which I think on day 2 after I ended up switching to Mark, I didn't take a single hit after that. So maybe that'll happen again here. It has nothing against Chrissy, it's just one of those things. Burger King challenge? I used to have a Burger King mask. After you won the Burger King challenge, go to McDonald's. And Bucky is just it's just a really good game. It's unfortunate that it didn't get as, like, Bucky wasn't really, I wonder if it's maybe because it was so late in the NES, in the life cycle of the NES, but Bucky should have got a lot more respect than it did. I mean, great game, really good soundtrack. Oh good, we got someone here. Hey Dimension X, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Okay, I need to get a better zombie setup here. Yikes. See, that's the perfect start there, because you can get 4 hits in before Jason can even do anything. That makes this a lot safer. Well, I haven't even completed a run tonight yet. I had one that I'm still very glad it worked out that way. I ended day 2 right in front of the lake. And then Jason starts the next day right where he left off, so he started the next day attacking the kids, and I didn't have time, and kids were dying. So I was trying to rush over there and ended up taking 3 unavoidable, well, technically the only hit that was unavoidable on the lake was from Jason. But trying to get there and before kids started dying, ended up with 3 hits on the lake, and I was just like, yeah, well, we're just gonna reset this. And I always want to try to at least complete 1 run a night. Yeah, it is after 10. I have to get up at 4:30 for work, but it's almost a weekend. I can sleep in on Saturday and Sunday. Well, by sleep in, that's like till 5 or 5:30. That's another hit. That's the part that scares me. That's 2 more hits. That scares me with 3. This is the snowball. 4. Oh, good lord. When he stops when he's really far away and throws that axe when he's approaching, that's what makes me really paranoid about the setup I've been doing. Maybe I need to not try to throw anything at him. Let's try not throwing. Because I don't remember exactly. I'll have to go back and check the tape. But I think I hit him with a rock, and that's when he stopped and threw that axe at me. I mean, even if everyone else even if counselors start dying, I'm still gonna finish this. We might just have to do a really long cabin fight. Oh, in Vegas. Yeah, that's a lot busy. I'm guessing that's usually pretty busy. That's a very popular area. Lots of people vacation there. No, this is fine. We'll just wait here. Yeah, I've barely left Wisconsin. We used to go camping in Michigan every summer. Been to Canada once, Florida once. I was not expecting him to show up there. Minnesota, Iowa, Chicago a bunch of times. But other than that, like, I really don't get out of the Midwest. Probably because I don't like traveling or really leaving the house. There's too many people out there. Alright, we're gonna settle in here. Finish this out nice and clean, even though I don't think day 3 is even halfway done yet. Oh, it is halfway done. Yeah, it's, we actually, the snow in our driveway finally started melting today. It was, with the sun out, and it was 28 with the sun out. But we're supposed to go back to, like, way below 0 wind chills again. That's what my wife and I were actually talking about, is instead of flying, taking, like, a train. So I think that would be a lot of fun. As long as we had, like, a private room, where if there were too many people, I could just go sit in the private room. Like, we went to a resort this summer, one of the big resorts in Wisconsin Dells, and it was just so crowded, and I ended up getting, like, sick, because too much anxiety. Yeah, I've heard that, like, I never really considered places like Vegas or, like, even deserts in general to get cold. But they do. Okay, he's gonna be really angry. Crap. Now there's 2 more. I could tell that was coming, too. I said he's gonna get really angry. I think we're gonna have to switch back to Chrissy now. I was gonna say, why isn't he running away? Ugh, maybe we shouldn't switch back to Chrissy. We'll figure out what to do after. We'll figure this out. We are coming in from the opposite side of the lake here. So we can scroll to the right. Now we're gonna go left. Gonna have to figure out what to do after this. Unless this is a fight to the death. It's not. We're not even close. Yeah, my wife was actually at, she went to, to Dick Clark's, or whoever did the big New Year's Eve when she was in high school. And she said, like, they wouldn't let people, like, you basically had to stay in Times Square, and they wouldn't let, like, you couldn't get away to go to the bathroom easily or anything, and she said that was just miserable. Like, I have a hard enough time going to, like, Milwaukee, and that's nothing compared to, like, a New York or a Chicago. How do we want to do this? Yeah, the rockin' New Year's Eve. We still, I don't, it's not Dick Clark anymore, is it? I thought I remembered it being someone else this year when they turned it on. Crap, where is he? I think he's going to the cave. Run, Debbie. Yeah, well, let's just hang out here until he attacks someone. Oh yeah, that's right, he did. Wait, is there anyone by the cave at all? We have to wait for him to get all the way to Laura. That's gonna take forever. He doesn't move around while you're in cabins. He's only moving around right now while I'm out of one. Yeah, that would be really cool. Like, I love it when, well, granted, we don't really get that because there's a street light right across the street from here, from our house, but like, I love it, like, when you're going camping and it's just a perfectly clear night and you can see all those stars. Oh, I'm still pulling a cat hair out of my mouth. Did Laura move? Oh, yep, there's Lorelei. I said Laura and she came and she got out because she thought she might have thought it was her name. I guess we're gonna risk it. Hey Steven, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Thursday. This one is not going well. Got a 9-hitter last week. This one is much worse. Hoping that I don't end up losing Chrissy or Mark, but that's gonna be a stretch. Because there's still a decent amount of day 3 left. And I've been getting hit a lot in the cabin fights. Yeah, with all those, like, well, I'm guessing Vegas isn't just all casinos, but for someone like me that doesn't live there and only knows what I see in, like, TV shows, I picture, like, the SimCity version of Vegas. Well, SimCity Super Nintendo. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually should have been really careful with that. He is sort of in fight to the death territory. And if he didn't run away after that 7th hit, Chrissy was toast. How close is he to fights to the death? We're getting there. Alright. Let's close it out. That was a really early dodge. And we missed. Alright, 2 more and we'll find out whether we're fighting to the death. And I hope we're not. Biscuits! I don't like fights to the death, especially in day 3 in cabins, because you can't look away. And like, I don't blink enough, so my eyes start to get really unfocused. And if I try to blink, I'll end up losing track of him and taking a hit. And we must keep Chrissy alive. Come on, let's see another bar of health go away. That way, at least if I do die, that'll be 5 less hits we have to do. There we go. Still 25? 24. 23. 22. 21. 20. I'm also trying not to miss any rock throws here. Well, just missed one there. I think for that challenge, I will do long dodges. Because my long dodge... Uh-oh. That was really close. I actually got a little bit nervous on that one. But I feel like I can connect on... I can hit enough of the long dodges where I shouldn't end up dying. And I can make sure that I don't end up missing a throw then. Because the cabin fights are going to be the hard ones. Even day 1, sometimes you'll miss one as he's going off to the side. Gotta throw that rock, Chrissy. Your life depends on it. 8. 7. 7. 6. And my hand is starting to get sore from all this down pressing. 4. 3. 2. Oh, I'm so glad I counted that right. If I didn't count that right, Chrissy was dead. Oh boy. Okay, now I can finally look away. Oh, thanks for the GG's, Chris. Thanks for the GG's, luck. That was definitely monstrous. Jason got hit with so many rocks. Chrissy rocked his world. Hashtag dad puns. Oh, jeez, that hurts. Thanks for the GG's, baseball. It's like right in here, like this part, for some reason gets really tense. Thanks for the GG's, Dimension X, Gaming Otter. Thanks for the GG's, how do you play? Thanks for the GG's, Jeff. No, Laura is the bad. Oh, how do you play? Have you heard about the new version of the community hack? There's a community ROM hack that puts people in the Friday the 13th community in the game instead of the counselors, and Jason has been changed to Giant Laura. I don't have time for that tonight. I don't actually have it loaded on my EverDrive. I've got it saved on my desktop. But maybe I'll do that next time. After, let's see, probably next week, Tuesday or Thursday, whichever time I do. Because I want to try to do that no missing throws challenge. And then after that, hopefully it'll be done soon enough where I can pop in that Laura hack. It is one of the, like, I'm the one, well, I'm guessing Looking for Giants had to touch it up because there's a lot of graphical limitations. Like, you can only have a certain number of colors in each sprite. But it was just looking at the sprites that I made, it feels it's like it's cursed. It's like it feels evil looking at that. And it's weird to say about something that I did, that like I put together and sent to be put into the game, but it's just horrible. Yeah, I probably should. I usually I try to avoid drinking a lot of water when I'm doing this, because then I'll have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So it's like it's a fine line trying to figure out what to do with that. Yeah, Lorelai, come here. Come on. Come here, sweetie. There you go. No, let's not walk on that, though. Come here. She's back. Back from her nap. So that was a 17 hitter. Woof. Yeah, small sips could work. But I suppose I should head off to bed. It's, oh wow, 20 likes and almost 300 views. That is nuts. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone, tonight. And thank you for that super chat. Otter, I think it was. I'm having a whole brain fart here. I gotta get up in 6 hours. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out tonight, everyone. I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe, get a good night's sleep. Like I said, we'll not be back tomorrow night. Got a neighborhood party, but hopefully we'll be back with probably some type of randomizer Saturday and or Sunday. Kids permitting, of course. Mondays is cheer night, so it's always hit or miss there. But yeah, hopefully Tuesday or Thursday, or ideally Tuesday and or Thursday for next Friday the 13th night. Those are kind of the two I've been focusing on for trying to keep regular Friday the 13th going. But yeah, glad you enjoyed yourself, baseball. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe, get a good night's sleep, and we'll hopefully see you next time.